Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or for those night owls, hello. Today we are going to look at, or whenever you do this, inequalities. So first I want to make sure that you remember what an inequality is. The first two we're going to look at is greater than and less than. So greater than is this symbol. So remember the alligator mouth opens up to the bigger number. Same with less than. Okay, so we have greater than or more than, less than or fewer than. So if we are talking about something here, greater than would go this way. And notice how the circle is not colored in. That's because it does not have that equal to number underneath it. And we'll get to that here in a few minutes. All right, or the flip side of this, I'm going to do an open circle. And we have less than, so it's going to go this way. Okay, and the reason that it doesn't really matter if I have numbers on this is because on a number line, realistically, you go from the smallest numbers to the biggest numbers. So I'm just showing you kind of what this looks like more than here's specific numbers and what it's always going to be. Okay, now for the other two you will use, we are looking at more than or equal to. At least, no less than, and a minimum of. So in this case, I'm going to draw my circle and color it in, but we are still greater than or equal to, greater than meaning the bigger numbers. In this case, circle, color in, less than, so I'm going to go to the left. Okay? And again, you're probably saying, Miss Davy, I've learned this for so many years, this is so boring. We'll get there. All right. We are going to first look at some addition and subtraction, make sure we remember how to do this. So it says 4 plus 8 is greater than 13 minus 4. So let's easily do this. What's 4 plus 8? 12. Bring down my greater than sign. What's 13 minus 4? 9. Is that a true story? It is, so I'm going to circle it. Okay. What about this one right here? 3 times 6 is what? 18. Less than 15 plus 5 is 20. So what I'm going to do is pause the video and you are going to either tell me that it's circled, meaning yes, it is, or no, it's not circled because it's not true. Welcome back. We should have not circled it. Or I'm sorry, we should have circled it because 18 is less than 20. I'm so sorry. So you should have put yes. All right. We'll do a couple more of these and then we'll move on. This next one, 30 divided by 6 is greater than 42 divided by 6. So again, I'm going to pause it and you're going to answer the question and then we'll come back. Welcome back. 30 divided by 6 is 5. Is 5 greater than 7? It is not. That's not true. Okay. We will do one more, and I actually want to do this one right here. So we're going to pause the video, and you are either going to tell me, yes, it should be circled, it is true, or no, it should not be circled, it is not true. Welcome back. We have 81 is greater than 81. That is not true. If it had the line underneath it saying greater than or equal to, it would work. But for what we're doing, it does not work. All right. For the next ones, we, again, I think are not having any issues from what I've seen in class about plotting on a number line and doing that stuff. But this is sometimes where I see kids have problems. So that's why I wanted to make sure we reviewed it today. So it says x is greater than or equal to 7. So I'm going to find my positive 7. And I'm going to draw my circle. I'm going to pause the video and I want you to tell me that the circle should be closed or the circle should be open. Welcome back. You should have told me that the circle is closed. That circle is closed because that line underneath the greater than sign. Now we're going to pause it and you're going to tell me, is the arrow going to go to the right or is the arrow going to go to the left? It should go to the right. Okay? So now it says list 5 numbers that will work. So I want 5 numbers that are greater than or equal to 7. And I'm going to give you a few options below. I want you to check all that apply. Welcome back. We should have checked 7, 10, 15, and 1,000. All right? Now for the next one, it's x is less than or equal to -2. So where am I going to draw my circle? At -2. I'm going to pause it. Is it opened or closed? That's the question. Awesome. You should have said that it was closed because of that line underneath. And x is less than that, which means that our arrow should be going to the left. Okay, number is smaller than -2. So now, same as before, we're going to pause and you are going to check all the numbers that apply that are smaller than -2. Welcome back. You should have had -2, -8, and -15 are the ones that I put. Okay? Now for this one, x is greater than 7. X is greater than 7. Let me zoom this out a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. All right. So, would my circle be closed or opened? I'm going to pause and you're going to tell me which one it is. Good. It should be opened. So if it's greater than 7, that means that our arrow is going to go to the right. And you are going to check all the numbers that would work. You should have had 10, 15, and 1,000. All right, we're going to do the same thing with the last one. So x is less than 2. X is less than 2. So am I going to have an open circle at -2 or a closed circle at -2? That's what you need to figure out. Welcome back. You should have said that you have an open circle because there is no line underneath this less than sign. And because it's less than -2, meaning smaller, our arrow is going to go to the left. Alrighty? And now we need to put in 5 numbers that will work. So, I'm sorry. I just realized I put 5 numbers and then I'm telling you to do something else in the actual Edpuzzle. My bad, but you get what I'm saying. So you should have taken a moment. We are going to answer the question and check all the numbers that are true, all the numbers that are less than -2. Welcome back. You should have checked -8 and -15. All right. Up till now, hopefully you're saying, Miss Davy, I got this. This is easy peasy. Now we're going to get to the stuff where we have a little bit more problems. Okay? And we may not do all these, but I want to make sure we get a few done. So I'm going to start with the first one because that'll actually work. And what I'm going to do is bring in my notes here. That way I have some space. So I have -3 is greater than 2x minus 3. I need to solve for my x, so I'm going to draw my line, circle the term with my variable, and now I need to do the opposite. So if you remember back to a couple weeks ago, right, where we solved equations, the great thing about this is that solving equations and solving inequalities are very similar. There's just one difference. Kind of a big one, right? But one difference, okay? I need to get my x alone, so I'm going to divide by 2 on both sides. And we have that 0 is greater than x. We have a final answer of 0 is greater than x. Okay? So 0, oopsies, my table is in the way, is greater than x. So let's start with the easy thing. I'm going to put my circle on the 0. From our last page of things that we did, you should know that it should stay open. Now, 0 is greater than x. So if I put in a number, right, is 0 greater than positive 1? No. So that means that our arrow is going to go to the left. Okay? So now what I want you to do is I want you to check all the numbers that are going to be included in that answer choice. Welcome back. We should have done the numbers such as negative 2.3, negative 8, and negative 3. All right. Now we're going to solve. Actually, now I want you to solve this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a moment and I want you to solve this. Welcome back. You should have, when you solve this, gotten, I'm doing it really fast, sorry guys, I know. Negative 1 is greater than or equal to x. Negative 1 is greater than or equal to x. Now what we're going to do is we are going to pause again, and I want you to tell me where I'm putting the circle. That'll be the first question. And then the second question is going to be, which way is the arrow going to point? Is it going to point to the right, or is it going to point to the left? So meaning going more negative numbers left or more positive numbers right. Welcome back. We should have had a closed circle. And because negative 1 is greater than the x's, that means that our arrow should be pointing towards the left. It's kind of similar to the last problem. Okay? Now, we are going to solve the next one together because the next one has the issue that I know is going to arise that some of you are going to forget that we had to do, and this is where the big issue comes. So it says x over negative 4 plus 12 is greater than or equal to 12. So y'all are going to say, well, Miss Davy, this is super easy. This is what I want to get alone. The opposite is minus 12 on both sides. I have x over negative 4 still. I still have my inequality. And now I just have 0. How is this hard, Miss Davy? I don't understand. Well, some of you are going to forget that these two things are being divided. So the inverse of that division is multiplication. Again, some of you are still saying, Miss Davy, this is so easy. What are you talking about? Here's what you're going to forget, and some of you may not, and you are amazing for not forgetting it. Do you see how on both sides I multiplied by a negative number? On both sides, I multiplied by a negative number. Anytime I multiply or divide by a negative number on both sides, I need to flip my sign. I need to flip my sign. So my answer for this is x is less than or equal to 0. See how my sign is now facing a different direction. So again, easy peasy. I have a 0 and it's going to be colored in. Now I want you to tell me which way my arrow is going to go. Left, meaning towards the -1, or right, meaning towards the +1. Welcome back. You should have said left. Awesome job. All right. I think we are good. If you have more questions, please reach out to Miss Davy or Dr. Kinley, depending on who your teacher is. You guys got this.